Oh, that's good. All right, so now we're gonna move on to this big story of David and Goliath.
David and Goliath.
And his rocks.
David is represents the helpless nation. Helpless nation. Don't burn up nothing over there.
No, I'm good. Like Eddie Murphy, uncle, right?
Yeah, burn up shit.
That's fine. Yeah. Charlie, even Frank.
David represents the helpless nation. David is a little small David, which represents us in the humble form.
In the physical.
But the giant in this particular case represents the, here goes again, it represents the physical matrix.
Okay.
And he slew the giant with one small pebble. The pebble is called the stone. The stone is called the philosopher's stone. Philosopher's stone is the pineal gland.
Ouch.
And David, which is also, David is also called the great face. And one thing, and it said, it was something else about David. I think it's the face of God and the stone. But anyway, he slew the giant, which is a metaphysical story again, with the stone, with the slingshot and the stone. The stone is the philosopher's stone, the pineal gland, the evil eye. Depends on what side you're on with it.
Right.
In India, they got a thing called Kapaliya, and it's called Kapaliya's glance. And Kapaliya made mincemeat or dust or anything out of King Sarah's or whatever his name army with one glance. He made sand out of a whole fleeting army and the motherfucking elephants with one glance of his eye. And it's a tale called Kapaliya's eye. Kapaliya's eye. See, in India they got a much more older story, so it's the eye, which is the pineal, and they caulking shit with the Israel shit. So the priests know it's the stone, the philosopher's stone, and all that. The stone that the builders reject will become the cornerstone. Upon this rock, sweet honey and the rock. All that shit is metaphysical. The stone, the rock. It's in the stone. That's what Urban of Fire said. It's in the stone. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
It's in the stone. You see? That's what this shit is about.
Yes. All right, so let's move on to King Solomon. King Solomon's temple and Tyra weighed in. She also talked about this statement of King Solomon had many wives.
Right, okay.
And of course we're going to deal with his temple. And
okay, right, all right. Let's break this motherfucking shit down.
Yes, indeed.
Solomon and Sheba. Solomon is Osiris. Queen of Sheba is Isis. These were never historical people. Solomon, the wisest man ever lived. Well, motherfucker, goddamn. You just born yesterday and talking about the Hebrew shit.
Right.
Solomon is Osiris. Sol, which means sun. Solar Sol, sun Amen. Amen Ra, sun Ra, Amen Solomon. Hidden sun. Hidden sun. Osiris. You see what I'm saying? Right. Now, Solomon builds the temple. The temple of Osiris is the black body. They say, oh yeah, I am Solomon, I am black and comely. The black body, the temple of Solomon. You see. The demons that Solomon commands, he commands these demons to build, with his signet ring, the Lord of the Rings. The rings is the pineal gland, the signet ring, and in this particular case you got a scalar ring, which is a head, frontal lobe, eastern hemisphere, what is it? Right hemisphere, left hemisphere, frontal lobe. The signet ring. And he binds the demons. The signet rings represents the ring of Solomon, the ring, the Lord of the Rings. The ring is the pineal gland. He binds the demons, the Damians, the Amons, the hidden substance. Amon, Amian, Damian, demon. Hidden substance, melanin, and demon is the same. He binds the Damians and builds the temple of Solomon, the body of Osiris, the temple of Solomon, the temple of Luxor, and the physical body. He builds the temple.
That's right. So the physical body is the temple of Solomon.
Is the physical body, and the inner body is the temple of Solomon. And the Damians is the particles of melanin. It's the same story going over and over 1,000 goddamn times.
Right, because it's mythology, not a history book.
Right.
Not
and,
a
it's,
timeline.
and it's formulas, alchemy. You see what I'm saying?
Not a timeline.
Yeah.
And Tyra also asked about Solomon had many wives.
Many wives. Solomon is Osiris, Lord of the perfect black. In India, Osiris is Shiva. Solomon and Shiva. Shiva has many wives. Shiva sleeps with multiple women are called the Mahabhadayas, and he gets the alchemical cause of sexual energies from each women. You see, that raises him up and illuminates him and illuminates his temple. The many wives of Solomon is the alchemical colors and the elixirs that it can only be given to him by his Shakti power and his Shakti women. So the 10 Mahabhadayas for Solomon.
Gotcha.
So my drama was after Ginger, because Ginger represented me as Bobby Hemmitt, a lecturer in the 1990s.
Okay.
Two different people. Then the 2000s came and Ginger said, my time is up, I gotta go. And she left. And at that particular time, it represented the point on that represented me as this god on this road, like Shiva, like Osiris. And I went through 13 Mahabhadayas, the Gopi girls. They call the Gopi girls in a part of India. They're called, the oldest form is called the Mahabhadayas. These tantric goddesses.
Right.
And in Greece they call the Mayanads. And in another Shiva story, they're called the wives of the sages. And he screws all them. So I went through 13 women. The 13th one was the one I'm with now, who has all the characteristics, believe it or not, of all other than 12 women. Right. They came together into one person.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? But I had to illuminate myself up to that particular point. To my final Shakti, which is my goddess, and my second half. And so we marved together as Shiva Hermaphrodite. Male and female joined together. And now as a result, we think alike, and I can be thinking, and she give me, and she'll say what I'm thinking. Because we marve shit together. We marve things together. You see what I'm saying on that particular aspect. And that was the 13th person. Jesus is the 13th man. You see the 12 disciples, which represents the multiple women. The Mahabhadayas also represent different parts of the zodiac coming together as the 13th person. The center of the zodiac is the 13th man, and the center of the zodiac, the point. And as a result, I went through 12 women, and the 13th one was my Shakti, final Shakti. All of them was variations of Shakti, but that was my last Shakti aspect, which illuminated me and molded me into what is called Shiva Hermaphrodite. Shiva meets up with Parvati after fucking all these hoes. And Parvati is the mountaintop, and they both merge together and call Shiva Hermaphrodite. Lakshmi meets up, Vishnu meets up with Lakshmi, and they become one. You see what I'm saying? They inseparable. And stuff like that. So the multiple wives, many loves of Shiva, many loves of Krishna. Krishna has many Gopi girls, but he has the one he finds is called Radha, but Radha existed with him in the beginning of creation as two polarity parts of the universe. And so he has to go into the various women till he get to the final stage, which was that one that used to be with him in the primordial world. And then the energy comes together.
Androgyny.
Yeah, androgyny.